Good morning. I'm Joseph Galani. I'm going to present our work titled Conservation Agriculture Affects Grain and Nutrient Yield of Maize and Can Impact Food and Nutrition Security in Sub-Saharan Africa. Conservation agriculture is a climate-smart agricultural practice based on three main principles: minimum soil disturbance, crop residue retention, and crop diversification. And this practice has been widely advocated because it presents numerous advantages. But little is known on how conservation agriculture affect the maize nutrient composition and how that can impact on food and nutrition security, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. So we run a conservation agricultural trial at the Chiteze Agricultural Research Station in Malawi during 2 crop seasons. At maturity, the grain was harvested, the yield was measured, and then the grains were taken to the laboratory where the minerals were analyzed using ICP-OES and ICP-MS techniques. So in terms of the effect of conservation agriculture on maize nutrient content, we observed that it didn't affect carbon content at all. There was a significant increase on the grain yield and also on the selenium content that are depicted here in green and also observed in the second year trial. We also observed a decrease in nitrogen, manganese, and iron content depicted here in red colors. So we can observe here about the effect of conservation agriculture on maize grain yield, which was increased in the first year trial as well as in the second year trial, where a significant increase was recorded. Overall, conservation agriculture improved by 1.2 to 1.8 fold the grain yield of maize. When we consider the effect of conservation agriculture on yield and on maize grain content of minerals, that can be reflected on nutrient yield. So we observe that conservation agriculture improved the yield of proteins and selenium, but also reduced the yield of iron significantly, which can be observed with the red colors here and here during the 2 years of trial. So we evaluated these changes due to conservation agriculture on the contribution to dietary reference intakes of different nutrients. And we observed that conservation agriculture improved the contribution to DRI of zinc and selenium, which is really interesting because selenium, for example, is a major micronutrient deficiency in Malawi. But we also observe a reduction of the contribution to the DRI of iron and manganese, which could be a problem also because iron is also a mineral that was found deficient in many Malawian women and children. Therefore, it is important to evaluate the overall output of conservation agriculture by considering, for example, the legume crops that are intercropped in conservation agriculture, especially pigeon pea, cowpea, and velvet bean, which can also contribute to nutrient and mineral output.